NLWN-TV now brings you the In the Dugout show. A look at today's Eau Claire Cavalier game. And now, join us in the dugout.
Hello and welcome to today's season opening edition of In the Dugout. Rick Olson here in the NLWN-TV studios, and we're getting ready to bring you all the action of today's season opening game between the Eau Claire Cavaliers and the Jim Falls Sturgeons. Coming up in this edition of In the Dugout, we'll take a look at today's matchup between the Cavs and the Sturgeons. Then we'll get Cavalier manager Pete Bartingale's perspective on today's game in the Pete Bartingale Show. Following that, we'll take a quick look around the Chippewa River Baseball League to get some perspective on how today's game fits in overall. Also, we'll take a moment to get to know one of this season's Cavalier players in Cavalier Profile. Finally, we'll bring you all the play-by-play action of today's game from Grudem Field in Jim Falls. So it's time to get ready for some baseball action, and we'll do just that coming up right after this brief timeout. You're tuned to In the Dugout on the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN-TV.
Did you know dragging chains can spark a wildfire?
Only you can prevent wildfires.
Welcome back to In the Dugout. Very shortly, the Eau Claire Cavaliers will open their 2022 campaign when they take on the Jim Falls Sturgeons from Grudem Field in Jim Falls, Wisconsin. The Cavaliers are coming off a very successful 2021 season where they posted a 29-7 overall record and were 18-2 in the Chippewa River Baseball League, which earned the Cavs the #1 seed in the CRBL playoffs. Last season, the Cavaliers were led at the plate by Zach Stang, Mitch Bowler, and Cooper Kapanke. Those three had a combined batting average of .404, including 27 doubles and 72 runs scored. Bowler and Kapanke are returning to the Cavaliers this season. On the mound, the Cavaliers were led by Tanner Halverson, Paul Petit, and Carter Hesselman. The three had a combined record of 19 wins and 3 losses with a 2.11 ERA. Hesselman is returning to the Cavaliers this season. Other pitchers returning for the Cavaliers from last year include Ethan Kelberg, Austin Getch, Jackson Vance, and Gabe O'Brien. This year's Cavaliers also include somewhere around 10 new faces who come to the Cavs following successful high school baseball careers or are currently playing collegiate baseball. Today, the Cavaliers open their season by taking on the Jim Falls Sturgeons, who are hoping to improve on last year's 5-15 record. Last year, the Cavs swept a doubleheader from the Sturgeons by scores of 10-0 and 5-2. Leading the way at the plate for the Sturgeons last season was Ryan Krummenauer, who hit at a .377 pace. Other effective hitters included Tristan Habel, who hit .300, while Wyatt Kaeski had an on-base percentage of .444. On the mound, Sturgeon manager Pete Thaler led an ERA at 4.46. Meanwhile, Isaac Lindstrom struck out 30 hitters in 31 2/3 innings. Now, coming up next, following this timeout, we'll get manager Pete Bartingale's perspective as we chat with him on the Pete Bartingale Show. You're tuned to In the Dugout on the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN-TV.
Time now for the Pete Bartingale Show. where Cavalier manager Pete Martingale gives us his perspective on today's game. And now, the Pete Martingale Show.
Yeah, I got a call in January, and the Cavaliers were looking for a new manager and wondering if I was interested, and my answer was yes pretty quickly, so I'm very excited about tomorrow. Been coaching the last 20 years in the Eau Claire area, Mount Simon area, doing a lot of travel baseball. And in 2016, I started in Independence in high school, and still there right now. So been doing a lot of travel baseball across the country, and been enjoying it.
Now, the first time I had a chance to talk to you, you made a comment that has kind of stuck with me. That you said we're going to be getting pretty young pretty fast, and with such a young team, where's the team leadership going to come from?
Well, we got a few veterans. We got Cooper Kapanke, Cole Timon. Ryan Vinny's coming back. I think he's played with the Cavaliers before, so there's some leadership there. We have a player like Jackson Faulkner that's played with lacrosse and whatnot. So, yeah, we're going to get a little bit younger, but there's definitely leadership there.
Now, you mentioned Jackson Faulkner. Any other newcomers that you're particularly excited about?
We got Ben Boda coming from Eau Claire Regis, who played shortstop. Caden Erickson's coming, who's playing shortstop at Hamlin. Chris Killian's coming from Independence. So some younger players. Again, we're going to get a little young, but I'm excited about them.
The Cavaliers open.
You know, I don't know a lot about them, Rick. I have to admit that. So tomorrow we're probably going in a little blind. I know Anthony Pogozinski's not playing tomorrow. He's had a dental emergency or a root canal surgery, so he's not going to play. So we're going in a little blind, but I'm confident we'll be fine.
You've been tuned to the Pete Martingale Show with Cavalier manager Pete Martingale's outlook on today's game. Stay tuned, more of In the Dugout is coming right up on the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN-TV.
I want to eat apples and bananas. I need to eat apples and bananas. Why can't I eat apples and bananas?
Support the Feeding America nationwide network of food banks to help provide meals to those in need. Join us at feedingamerica.org.
Welcome back to In the Dugout, as we're getting ready to bring you all the action of today's game between the Eau Claire Cavaliers and the Jim Falls Sturgeons. Now let's take a moment to examine the Chippewa River Baseball League. Today marks the opening day of the 94th season in the league's 114-year existence, which dates back to 1908. According to the league website, last year saw the full-fledged return of the Chippewa River Baseball League after the regrettable lost season of 2020. Playing entirely double headers for the first time since the early 1980s, the CRBL was able to enjoy a full 20-game slate for all 11 of its member teams. When the smoke cleared at the end of the regular season in the CRBL, the Cavaliers wound up sitting in first place in the North Division with a CRBL record of 18 wins and 2 losses. They were followed by the Tilden Tigers, 3 games behind, and the Chippewa Falls Lumberjacks were 4 games off the pace. The Bloomer Woodticks, Jim Falls Sturgeons, and Cadott Red Sox rounded out the North Division standings. In the South Division, the Osseo Merchants led the way with a 17-3 record, followed by the Eau Claire Bears, 6 games behind, and the Whitehall Wolves, who were 7 games back. The Eau Claire Rivermen and Beef River Bullfrogs rounded out the South Division. In the CRBL playoffs, the Cavaliers faced the Chippewa Falls Lumberjacks and the Osseo Merchants faced the Tilden Tigers. In both games, the underdog emerged victorious, with the Lumberjacks defeating the Cavaliers 3-2, and the Tigers defeated the Merchants by the same 3-2 score. The Tilden Tigers then defeated the Lumberjacks 10-3 to win their league record 18th CRBL title. In 2022, the CRBL will be operating without divisions for the first time since 1972, with the departure of the Whitehall Wolves. That leaves the league with 10 teams, and each team will play an 18-game league schedule. Other CRBL games scheduled for today include the Eau Claire Rivermen at the Beef River Bullfrogs, the Chippewa Falls Lumberjacks at the Bloomer Woodticks, the Eau Claire Bears at the Cadott Red Sox, and the Tilden Tigers at the Osseo Merchants. Now, coming up next, following this timeout, we'll get to know one of this season's Eau Claire Cavalier players on Cavalier Profile. You're tuned to In the Dugout on the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN-TV.
Honey, the kids are antsy. What can we do that will keep all of us entertained and won't break the bank?
How about we take them to the Cavaliers game? Tickets are inexpensive, there's popcorn, hot dogs, and other baseball treats, and great baseball action.
That's right, Eau Claire Cavalier Baseball, your best choice for affordable family entertainment. Check out the schedule at www.eauclaircavaliers.org.
Time now to get to know a Cavalier player on Cavalier Profile. We'll get to know a little better who plays on this year's Eau Claire Cavalier baseball team. And now, Cavalier Profile. This has been Cavalier Profile, where we get to know a little better who plays on the Cavalier baseball team. Stay tuned, more in the dugout coming right up.
It happens to everyone eventually. Your computer goes on the fritz. Fear not, Slayton's Technology Services can help. When your computer decides to not cooperate, it can be very frustrating. Let Slayton's Technology Services keep you from wanting to drive your computer right off a cliff. Slayton's Technology Services supports business of all sizes. They offer assistance with managed anti-malware, encrypted email, fast tech support, data backup, and recovery, and more. Call Slayton's Technology Services at 715-864-2833 and get the IT help you desire. Slayton's Technology Services is the official IT service for the Northern Light Webcasting Network.
Welcome back to In the Dugout. Today, the Cavaliers begin their quest to once again be a top-seeded team in the Chippewa River Baseball League when it comes to tournament time at the end of the season. Today, they have their work cut out for them as they're playing with a short-handed roster, as many of the Cavs collegiate players are not available yet and won't be until about the end of May. In addition, nearly half the Cavs roster is made up of new faces being led by a new field manager, Pete Bartingale. That leaves a lot of unknowns to be figured out today. So, the CRBL is ready to get the 2022 season rolling, and we have some exciting Cavalier baseball for you right here on the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN-TV. Now, in just a moment, I'll be joining my colleague Dan Petchow at Grudem Field in Jim Falls as we'll bring you all the action of today's game between the Eau Claire Cavaliers and the Jim Falls Sturgeons. That's coming up next. You've been tuned to In the Dugout on the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN-TV.
You've been watching the In the Dugout show with a look at today's Eau Claire Cavalier game. This has been a presentation of NLWN-TV. Stay tuned. Coming up next is live Eau Claire Cavalier baseball.
Being prepared is a part of who you are, but it's especially important in the case of a disaster. Be informed about possible emergencies in your area. Make a plan that covers where you go in an emergency. Build a kit with the things you need to survive. There's no one more capable of planning for your situation than you. Start your plan today. Go to ready.gov/myplan.
Eau Claire Cavalier baseball is on the air. The Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN-TV proudly brings you today's Eau Claire Cavalier game. Join us as we follow the Cavs while they battle their way through the Chippewa River Baseball League.
Long fly ball by Pogo, and it's out of here! A 3-run shot by Anthony Pogozinski.
And now, out to the ballpark for coverage of today's game.
And good afternoon. Well, evening as you're watching this. And welcome to the season opener for the Eau Claire Cavaliers as we're sitting up here at Grudem Field in Jim Falls, Wisconsin. Rick Olson here along with my sidekick Dan Petchow. Ann Monroe on the computer. Cassie Johnson up on the camera, and she's helping to train in Jeremy, who's going to do some camera work for us this summer. So we got the whole crew here on a, well, let's see, what did Nicole call it today? A moist Sunday afternoon. Kind of wet here in Jim Falls. It's not really what you call baseball weather, would you, Dan?
No, when I woke up this morning, it was raining good, but it's actually not that bad.
And we're getting ready to start things off right away. They're not wasting any time. They want to get this one in. So leading off for the Cavaliers is second baseman Josh Garcia. On the mound for the Sturgeons is Will Jacobson. And he's into the wind. And the first pitch of the season, outside. No, it called it a strike. He's kind of slow with his balls and strike calls, so we're going to have to wait and not anticipate. Jacobson into the wind, and the 0-1 pitch. Swing and a miss, strike two. Chris Killian on deck for the Cavaliers. Around the infield for the Sturgeons, Raven Kayeski at third, Krummenauer at short. I'm going to have to learn. Esslinger is at second. And a called third strike to Josh Garcia. One down. Brings up Chris Killian, the shortstop for the Cavs. Killian, one of the new additions to the Cavaliers out of Independence. Mitch Voller is on deck. Here's the pitch, and it's called strike right at the belt. And Toman is over at first for the Sturgeons. Outfield is Sikora, Hobley, and Wyatt Kayeski. Swing and foul tipped. Strike two. No balls, two strikes. Jacobson into the wind and the fire. High pop up out into shallow center field. Coming in is Hobley, and he makes the catch for the second out of the inning. That brings up Mitch Voller.
Yeah, Mitch was with the team last year.
Yeah, he finished the season as one of the league leaders in hitting, batting .402. And a called strike over the inside corner. No score. We're in the top of the first inning. Jacobson's pitch. Swing and a miss. Strike two. Jacobson into the wind. The 0-2 pitch. That one's in the dirt. Very short backstop here at Jim Falls. Jacobson winds the 1-2 pitch. And a called third strike right at the knees. So the Cavaliers go up three up, three down. And we've played a half inning. Score, Cavaliers 0, and the Sturgeons coming to bat. You're tuned to Cavalier Baseball on the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN-TV.
I love the pizza we get when we go to Gino's Pizza.
That's because Gino's has been voted best pizza in the Chippewa Valley 5 years in a row.
I think it's because Gino's uses the freshest ingredients, premium quality meats, cheeses, savory spices, and zesty toppings, and all served with attention to detail.
Now you're making me hungry. Let's head to Gino's Pizza.
Scott and the rest of the folks at Gino's Pizza would like to invite you to come out and try the area's best pizza. Call about Monday through Wednesday dine-in specials at 715-835-2000. That's Gino's Pizza at 5110 Fairview Drive, Eau Claire, right next to Chaos Water Park.
Back here at Grudem Field in Jim Falls. So the Cavaliers are in the field after they get nothing in the top half of the first. On the mound for the Cavaliers, Lucas Costley. For the Cavaliers around the infield, Cole Timon behind the plate. Jackson Faulkner over at third. Chris Killian at short. Josh Garcia at second base. Austin Getch is at first, and around the outfield is Connor O'Reilly, Mitch Voller, and Jaden Nix out in right field. Leading things off for the Sturgeons will be Ryan Krummenauer. He'll be followed by Austin Sikora and Tristan Hobley. First game of the season for both teams. They really did want to get it in. They didn't want to wait any longer to get this season started. Got to watch Lucas Costley at practice the other day and watch him do some throwing. He had a little movement on his fastball. It was kind of fun to see. So stepping in is Ryan Krummenauer, shortstop for the Sturgeons. Costley into the wind and the fire just a little high. Ball one. Being just a little high is not hard with Krummenauer. He's not overly big. Here's the wind and the 1-0 pitch. Line shot out into right center field for a base hit. He's going to turn head for two. Throws coming in. Oh, when they miss connection at second base, and Krummenauer gets on with a double. That's going to bring up Austin Sikora, the left fielder. Chris Killian at short saying, my bad, he missed the throw from the outfield because it came in plenty of time. They could have had him at second. Costley into the stretch, takes a look over at second. And the pitch. That one's in the dirt, gets back to the screen. And the ball is dead as it got underneath the fence back at the screen. But it does allow Krummenauer to go over to third. Infield playing in a little bit. Want to try and cut off the run at the plate. Here's the pitch, a little high for a ball. 2-0. We're in the bottom of the first inning. Costley looks in for the sign, looks over at third. The 2-0 pitch. High, ball 3. Here's the 3-0 pitch. That one's a strike right down the middle of the plate. 3 balls and a strike. Nobody down. Krummenauer on third for the Sturgeons. Costley at the belt. The 3-1 pitch. And he missed.
Little low.
So we now have runners at the corner with Sikora at first, Krummenauer at third, and it brings up Tristan Hobley. Hobley's a center fielder. Swing and a miss. He liked that high heat that time because he swung at a high pitch. Sikora takes a lead at first. And the pitch, foul back, out of play. 0-2 is the count. One of the things I remember about this field from last year, Dan, is the backstop has that overhang, and when a player fouls one off back behind the plate, they kind of have to watch out because it can come ricocheting right back down at them. The 0-2 pitch. That one's high and inside. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Costley at the belt. The 1-2 pitch. Called strike 3, and Hobley goes down looking. That's going to bring up Bob Maurer. Mauer's the extra hitter. Teams in this league are allowed to bat 10. They're also allowed to use a designated hitter, so they can have as many as 11 players involved in the game. Costley at the belt, and the pitch. Just inside for a ball. Costley steps off. Runners return.
Maurer's got a 244 average.
Or at least he did last year.
Yeah, these will be 2021.
And we have a swing and a miss. One ball, 1 strike. To Bob Maurer. Runners on the corners. Here's the 1-1 pitch, and it's a called strike. One ball, 2 strikes. I'm kind of surprised we haven't seen Sikora take off for second. Costley at the belt. Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss for strike 3. 2 down now. That brings up Justin Toman. Toman playing first base for the Sturgeons. And the pitch catches the inside corner for strike 1.
Yeah, he comes into this season with a 216 average.
Costley at the belt. Takes a glance over at first. Keeping an eye on third. And he steps off. Krummenauer at third. Sikora at first. Toman at the plate. And the pitch. Foul back. No balls, 2 strikes. Costley fires. Pop up out into right field. Heading over there, making the catch is Jordan Nix. Or Jaden Nix. I'll get his name right before the season gets too far along in here. It's Jaden Nix for the 3rd out of the inning. So, the Sturgeons threaten early, but Lucas Costley works his way out of it. No runs on 1 hit. There were no Cavalier errors, and 2 were left on base. We've completed 1 inning, and we have no score. You're tuned to Cavalier Baseball on the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN-TV.
To get your lawn or garden to perform like you want, you first need to know about your soil. That's where Midwest Environmental Consultants can help. Their soil testing service can give you a complete rundown on your soil's nutrition and health. They test for nitrogen levels, phosphorus, potash, micronutrients, minerals, pH, and organic matter. Let Midwest Environmental Consultants put you in control of your soil's health. Call Midwest Environmental Consultants at 715-586-1302. That's Midwest Environmental Consultants, soil testers for the Chippewa Valley.
And we're back here at Grudem Field, heading into the 2nd inning. Due up for the Cavaliers Connor O'Reilly, Tucker Spragia, I think. I think that's how we say it. We've been trying to figure that one out, and I'm sorry, Tucker, if we're butchering your name. We'll get it right before too long. And Cole Timon. A couple of returning Cavaliers from last year. O'Reilly and Timon. Although I don't see O'Reilly on my list of 2021 hitting. But I do see Timon. So Connor O'Reilly takes a look at the first one for a strike. And that pitch was inside. I take it that first one was not a strike. The umpire was showing the pitcher where the pitch was. So it's 2-0 to O'Reilly. And it's low for ball 3. O'Reilly steps back in the box. Jacobson on the mound. He winds and fires. Called strike. And ball 4. So Connor O'Reilly takes a base on balls. Brings up Tucker Spragia. Tucker's one of the newest signees to the Cavaliers. He's wearing number 18 today. I'm not sure if that's going to be his number all season long or not. Here's the pitch. It's high and away for ball 1. All of a sudden, Jacobson struggling. Long fly ball out into center field. Getting back on it as Hobley makes the catch. It's going to bring up Cole Timon. Spragia hammered the ball pretty hard, but it just died in this heavy air today. Timon steps in. Pitch is high and away. Jacobson looks over at first. Throw over to first. Back in plenty of time.
Cole comes in with a 225 average.
So last year. Swing and a miss. And throw over to first. And they got him. Pretty tricky move to make that play over at first.
They're going to talk about, maybe not.
That was really close to being a block. I thought maybe the leg had swung toward the plate, but evidently not. Jacobson looking into Timon. Here's the pitch. High pop-up. Tracking it is Toman, and he makes the catch for the third out of the inning. So for the Cavaliers, no runs on no hits, no errors, nobody left on. And we've completed an inning and a half. We still have no score from Grudem Field in Jim Falls. You're tuned to Cavalier Baseball on the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN-TV.
When you have that craving for a home-cooked meal the way Mom used to make it, rest assured, you can still get that meal by going to Mom's Restaurant and Pub in Colfax. Mom's is open daily, serving breakfast and lunch, and don't forget dinner on Friday nights with Mom's famous fish fry. The coffee is always hot, the breakfast is always delicious, and lunch will put a smile on your face and in your stomach. 225 Bremer Avenue, Colfax. Call 715-962-4617. That's Mom's Restaurant and Pub.
Back here at Grudem Field, heading into the bottom of the second inning. Due up for the Sturgeons, we have Schemenauer, Esslinger, and Wyatt Kayeski. A couple of Kayeskis out there. Cool, damp day here in Jim Falls. Heavy overcast. But knock on wood, the rain is more or less staying away. It's a little damp. We have drizzle happening. Lucas Costley on the mound. Got himself into a little bit of trouble in the first inning, but worked his way out of it. And so stepping up to the plate for the Jim Falls Sturgeons, A.J. Schemenauer. He's the designated hitter. I think Schemenauer is new to the lineup this year. Swing and a miss for strike one. That high fastball. Costley into the wind. And the 0-1 pitch. Swing and a miss. Strike two. Costley moving that ball around nicely. There's the wind. And the 0-2 pitch. That's a little low. A lot of people would call that a waste pitch. Try to get the batter to chase one just out of the zone. The 1-2 pitch. Little bit high. Couldn't get him to go after the high heat that time. Two pitch. Popped up. Down the right field line. Foul ball out of play. Count remains 2-2. Here's the 2-2 pitch. In the dirt. Count goes full. Costley winds and the payoff pitch. Inside, ball four. So he gives up a walk to Schemenauer. That's going to bring up Jake Esslinger, second baseman. Costley takes a peek over at first. And the pitch is outside for a ball. Another peek over at first. The 1-0 pitch is inside for ball two. And the pitch. Line shot down the right field line, foul out of play. Costley looks over at first. And the pitch. Fly ball out into center field. Getting under it is Voller. He makes the catch. for the first out of the inning. Mitch Voller played most of last season in left field. Today he's moved over to center. Part of that is due to the fact that the Cavaliers have a very short-handed roster today. All those college players still off playing for their colleges. Won't be back till middle to the latter part of May. So the Cavaliers putting together what they can. One down, and the pitch by Costley is low for a ball to Wyatt Kieski. And the pitch squares to bunt down the first baseline, rolls foul. Kieski laid down a bunt down that first baseline.
Wyatt comes in to the season with a .219 average.
Nobody out. Runner on first. Or one out. Schumanauer on first. Costley takes a look over. Here's the pitch. Kieski squares back. Throw back down to first, and they got him! Kieski squared to bunt. He did not offer. I think it was, I'm not sure if they called it a ball or strike on the pitch, but 2 balls and 1 strike is the count with 2 down. And we still have Kieski at the plate as Timon guns down Schumanauer at first. Pitch is a little bit high. 3-1 is the count. And the pitch. That one's in the dirt. Bounces high off the screen. Kieski hustles down. Thought about turning and making an attempt at second. So there's 2 down. And we have Cole Smith, the catcher, at the plate. Throw over to first, and he's back in time. Kieski quickly back in. Costley, quick snap throw over, and he gets back in. Austin Getch over there at first. Costley's pitch fouled back into the screen. Costley peeking over at first again. Kieski takes his lead. And the pitch. Kieski takes off, throw it on to second, and the ball scoots through.
Yeah, Timon would have had him.
That ball was there in plenty of time. Again, it scooted underneath Killian's glove. Killian not really used to playing shortstop. He tried to trap the ball with his glove coming down on top rather than scooping the ball. And that's how it got underneath. And we have a fly ball out just beyond second base. Back to make the catch is Garcia for the 3rd out of the inning. So, we have no runs, no hits, no errors, 1 left on base. We've completed 2. And we still have no score from Jim Falls. You're tuned to Cavalier Baseball on the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN-TV.
the Eau Claire Cavaliers would like to take veterans out to the ball game. That's right, as a thank you for your service, any veteran of the United States military can receive a lifetime pass for free admission to all Cavalier home games. Just come to Carson Park with your veteran identification, and the Cavaliers will issue you a free lifetime pass to all Cavalier home games. That's just the Cavaliers' way of saying thank you for your service.
And once again, we're back here at Grudem Field. Rick Olson along with Dan Petchow. Ann Monroe on the computer. Cassie Johnson up there doing the camera work. Due up for the Cavaliers, we have Jason Faulkner, Austin Getch, and Jaden Nix. Bottom third of the order. Will Jacobson on the mound for the Jim Falls Sturgeons. So far, he's faced the minimum. Stepping up to the plate, Jackson Faulkner. He's slated to be our Cavalier profile in next Sunday's game against the Beef River Bullfrogs, a Mother's Day game. First pitch to Faulkner. Is it ball? Here's the wind and the pitch. A little bit low, ball two. Two-0 pitch. That's a called strike over the inside corner. See a few umbrellas popping up all of a sudden. We're sitting in our nice broadcast trailer here, and I really can't tell how it's raining out there, but and a called strike again over the inside corner. Two balls, two strikes. And the 2-2 pitch. That one's in the dirt. Count goes full. Jacobson winds, and the payoff pitch. Grounded right back to Jacobson. Throw over to first in time for the put out. That's one down in the top of the third. Brings up Austin Getch, first baseman for the Cavaliers. And first pitch is fouled back. No balls and a strike. Top of the third inning, one out. No score. And the pitch. And that's at the belt. Called strike. Pulled the string on that one. Looked like a changeup. Jacobson takes a minute to tie his shoe. Now steps back up to the rubber. The wind and the pitch. Chop foul down the first base line. Austin Getch saw limited time with the Cavaliers last year. Appeared in 3 games. Here's the wind and the pitch. Swing and a miss for strike 3. That's the third strikeout of the day for Will Jacobson for the Sturgeons. Brings up Jaden Nix. First pitch is outside for ball one. There's the wind and the 1-0 pitch. Chop foul down the third base line. One ball, one strike. Here's the wind and the pitch. Inside, ball two. Here's the wind. And the 2-1 pitch. Swung on and missed. Chased one down in the dirt that time. Evens the count up at 2-2. Here's the wind and the 2-2 pitch. Called strike three. And Jaden Nix goes down looking. So after 3 innings for the Cavaliers, or 2.5 innings of play, we still have no score from Grudem Field in Jim Falls. You're tuned to Cavalier Baseball on the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN-TV.
Muldoon's Men's Wear. We're the well-dressed men of the Chippewa Valley shop. Whether you're looking for that big day you have coming up, or simply want to look great for a casual night out, Muldoon's is your stop. Let John or one of the other fine staff help you find just what you're looking for, and they'll make sure it looks great on you. What tops off the well-dressed man? One of Muldoon's well-made hats. Whether it's shirts, pants, suits, formal attire, or accessories, and did we say hats? Muldoon's has it for you. That's Muldoon's Men's Wear, 1506 South Hastings Way in Eau Claire.
And we're back here, getting ready to head into the bottom of the third. Still no score. In fact, not a whole lot of hitting going on in today's game. There's only been 1 base hit so far in 3 innings of play, and that was the leadoff double by Krummenauer. In fact, he's the second one due up this inning. We have Raven Kayeski. To start things off for the Sturgeons, then go back to the top of the order with Krummenauer and Sikora. And the first pitch is called strike from Lucas Cosley. Caught the inside corner. And the ball's a little bit low. There's a smattering of people here today in Jim Falls for the game. Dressed more like a football game than they are for a baseball game. Here's the wind and the pitch. Line shot. Foul down the right field line. That was only foul by about 1.5 feet. Raven Kayeski.
Yeah, the coolness keeps the bugs down.
That's true. We don't have any mosquitoes to swat today. Cosley's pitch, a little bit low. Cosley looks in for the sign. He's working from the stretch now. And the pitch. And that's a called third strike. So Kayeski goes down looking. That's strikeout number 3 for Costley. Back to the top of the order. Ryan Krummenauer, who led off the game for the Sturgeons with a double to center field. It found the gap between Bowler and Nix. Here's the first pitch. It's called strike. And the pitch in the dirt for a ball. One ball, one strike. Ryan Krummenauer. Costley at the belt. And the 1-1 pitch. Swung on a miss. Strike 2. Krummenauer way out in front of that one. Costley pulled the string. And the 1-2 pitch. Swung on a miss, but it gets by Timon. Throw down to first, and they complete the strikeout. So Krummenauer gets credit for striking out. And that's strikeout number 4 for Costley. Brings up Austin Sikora, who walked in the first inning. Costley looks in. Screaming foul ball.
Hang on, Cassie. Up there.
Yeah, duck up there, Cassie. That one didn't miss by a whole lot. Here's the pitch. In the dirt for a ball. 1 ball, 1 strike. Costley looking in for the sign. 2 balls and a strike. He's at the belt. And the 2-1 pitch. Line shot out into right field. And Sikora checks in at first base. That's going to bring up Tristan Habley. Habley struck out looking his first time up. 2 down. Now we have a runner on first. Costley at the belt. And the pitch. Just missed outside. Again, a peek over at first base. Sikora looks pretty relaxed over there. Doesn't look like he's going very far. And the pitch is in the dirt, blocked by Timon. Two balls, no strikes. Lucas Costley. And the pitch is high. Costley at the belt. Quick glance over at first, and the pitch. Foul back. Kind of surprised at that last one that Habley was swinging because it was a 3-0 pitch. So now it's 3-1. Costley's 3-1 pitch. Chopped right back to Costley on the mound. Throw over to first in time for the out. And that'll do it for the third inning. For the Sturgeons, no runs, no hit, or one hit, no errors, one left on base. You're tuned to Cavalier Baseball on the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN-TV.
Royal Credit Union's low rates and flexible terms on auto loans can help keep your payments low. Get a great rate on your next car or truck purchase, or refinance an existing vehicle with an auto loan from Royal Credit Union. Royal also offers loans for buying or refinancing boats, UTVs, and other vehicles. Royal Credit Union wants to help keep your payments low. Check rates and apply for a Royal Credit Union vehicle loan online at rcu.org/autorate. Subject to credit approval.
Back here at Grudem Field as we head to the fourth inning. Still no score. Cavaliers looking to get their first hit of the game. Back to the top of the order, Garcia, Killian, and Voller are coming up. Cavalier first base coach, assistant coach, heading down toward first base. Drops a baseball off with the umpire. And the throw goes down to second. And we're getting ready to get that fourth inning underway. Stepping in for the Cavaliers, Josh Garcia. Went down looking his first time up. He also saw limited time last year, was in 3 games for the Cavs. Here's the wind and the pitch. Swung on a miss, strike one. Here's the wind and the fire. Fly ball. Foul territory. And out of play. No balls. 2 strikes. Here's the wind and the pitch. A foul ball screaming off the left side. That's one to make some of the fans separate. Count remains 0-2. Here's the pitch. Chop foul down the first base line. Garcia up there battling. He had 4 at-bats last year, did not collect any hits, but he, in addition to the 4 at-bats, he also walked 3 times, but he struck out 3 times in those 4 at-bats. High pop-up, out of play. That was a foul off the third baseline. Still 0-2. Here's the pitch. That one's high. One ball, 2 strikes. Will Jacobson on the mound and the 1-2 pitch. Grounder down to first. It skips past Toman. And he falls and heads back to first. Garcia was looking to try and stretch that into a double. He will get credit for a hit because Tolman actually had it played right and the ball just totally bounced right over his glove. So Garcia singles to right field. That's the first hit for the Cavaliers today. Brings up Chris Killian. Flew out to center field his first time up. Swing and a miss. He mistimed that one. And a chopper down third, throw over to first, and they got Killian, but he moved the runner over. 5-3 on the put out, but Garcia checks in at second base. That's going to bring up Mitch Voller. Voller steps in. He went down looking his first time up. And the first pitch is high for a ball. Garcia taking a pretty good lead out at second. Now the second baseman, Esslinger, moves over, but Voller fouls it off back into the screen. Ball and a strike. And Voller, or Garcia heading to third, and he's got third base stolen. So Josh Garcia takes off for third. Cavaliers have a runner on third now with only one out. Two balls and a strike. To Voller. Here's the wind and the pitch. And a line shot. Knocked down by the third baseman, but it's going to score a run, and the Cavaliers are the first to break the ice. Third baseman Raven Kayeski knocked it down, but they couldn't make a play, so it's going to be an infield hit for Mitch Voller with an RBI. Garcia comes in to score. And the Cavaliers go on top 1-0. That brings up Connor O'Reilly, and the first pitch is inside. O'Reilly walked his first time up, and then was picked off a first. Voller takes a lead, and the pitch catches the inside corner. O'Reilly knew it too, and he kind of nodded his head. Yep, I see that. And the pitch is inside for a ball. One ball, one strike. Here's the pitch. Line shot out into center field for a base hit. Voller checks in at second. He's going to be held there. And Connor O'Reilly with a good solid hit. So we've got Voller at second, O'Reilly at first. Spragia comes to the plate, the designated hitter for the Cavaliers. Spragia, solid shot out into center field his first time up, but it was an atom ball right at Hobley. Swing and a miss for strike one. Cavalier runners both take a lead. Jacobson at the belt, and the pitch. A little bit high. Evens the count at 1-1. Here's the pitch, swung on a miss, strike two. Cole Timon on deck for the Cavaliers. Voller takes a lead. Here's the pitch. Chop foul down the third base line. Count holds at 1-2. Bowler takes a big lead at second. Jacobson's pitch. Foul tip back into the mitt. And Spragia goes down on strikes. Brings up Cole Timon with 2 down. Timon popped out to the first baseman his first time up. There's the pitch to Timon, called strike at the letters. Just caught the inside corner. And bluffed the throw back to second base. Gives Voller a chance to get his uniform dirty. Now, how'd he do that, Dan? He dove back into the base and did not get his uniform dirty.
He's going.
Here's the pitch. He's on his way to third, and he belly flops into third. He must have heard me because he got a little dirt on the uniform with that one. So Timon steps back in. Now we have runners on the corners with 2 down. And a line shot to third. Scooped up there, throw over to first, and time. And Timon goes down 5-3 on the putout. But for the Cavaliers, they do pick up a run on 3 hits. There were no errors, and 2 were left on base. We have a new score after 3.5 innings. It's the Cavaliers 1 and the Sturgeons nothing. You're tuned to Cavalier Baseball on the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN-TV.
Let NLWN-TV and the Northern Light Webcasting Network take you out to the ball game. Our next game will be on Sunday, May 8th, when the Cavaliers travel to Strum, Wisconsin to take on the Beef River Bullfrogs at Stromberg Field. Live coverage on the Northern Light Webcasting Network audio service and on NLWN-TV begins with the In the Dugout show at 12:05 p.m. That's live Cavalier baseball on Sunday, May 8th on the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN-TV.
And today we're still here at Grudem Field. Same day coverage. As you're watching this game was actually played a little earlier today, and we'd have brought it to you live, but we just can't get a signal out of Grudem Field. So we recorded it, and we're playing it for you now. And the Cavaliers have taken a 1-0 lead as we head into the bottom of the 4th inning. Scheduled for 9. On a drizzly, damp, or as Nicole said, moist day.
Yeah, this is where spring's been.
It sure has. Hopefully next Sunday, Mother's Day. It's got to be nice for Mother's Day, right? And take Mom to the ball game down at Spangberg Field in Strum as the Cavaliers take on the Beef River Bullfrogs. And if you can't, catch it right here on the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN-TV. Leading off the bottom of the 4th inning is Bob Maurer for the Sturgeons. He struck out his first time up. He'll be followed by Toman and A.J. Schemenauer. And the first pitch is inside for a ball. Lucas Costley on the mound for the Cavs. Costley's pitch. High pop up. Costley circles under it and makes the catch. So that's going to bring up Justin Toyman with 1 out. Toyman, the first baseman. Flew out to right to Jaden Nixon, right field. They're shading him quite a bit to the left. There's a big gap out there in right field towards the line, and he pulls it down the third baseline, foul. Dan, if I'm not mistaken, they have hot dogs over at that concession stand.
I think the peeps up above already got them.
Oh.
Yeah.
Here's the pitch. Swung on a miss.
Because we are the hot dog
We are
connoisseurs.
the connoisseurs. Yeah. Gosley's pitch. Line shot out into center field for a base hit by Justin Toman. So with one out, one on, brings up A.J. Schemenauer, who walked his first time up and then was picked off of first by Cole Timon on a catcher to first throw. Gosley's pitch. Called strike at the belt. Came through with a fastball. Gosley looks in for the sign, looks over at first. Toman with a lead. Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss. Strike two. Fastball at the letters. Lucas Gosley at the belt. And the pitch. Swung on a miss. Strike three. That's the fifth strikeout for Schemenauer, or for Lucas Gosley, as Schemenauer goes down on strikes. Jake Esslinger steps up to the plate. He flew out to center his last time up. High pop-up. Circling over, and it's off the roof of the dugout. No balls and a strike to Jake Esslinger. Here's the pitch. Called strike at the knees. Toman at first. Gosley at the belt. And the pitch. Ground ball out to short. Scooped up and can't make the play, though, by Killian. That's going to be an error on Killian. It moves Toman over to second. Esslinger on first. Wyatt Kieski, who walked his first time up, is at the plate. Pitch is high. Kieski's the right fielder. His brother Raven is the third baseman. But this is Wyatt. Here's the pitch. Missed inside for ball two. Gosley peeking over at second. And the 2-0 pitch. That's a called strike. 2 balls and a strike, 2 down. Bottom of the fourth inning. Cavs on top, 1-0. Gosley at the belt. Peeks over at second. And the 2-1 pitch. Swung on a miss, strike 2. Gosley at the belt. And the pitch is high, and the count goes full. Traveling time right now for the runners. 2 on, 2 down. Runners will take off on the pitch. Runners go. Swing and a miss for strike 3. So for the Sturgeons, no runs on 1 hit, 1 Cavalier error, and 2 were left on base. So we've completed 4 innings, and it's the Cavaliers 1 and the Sturgeons nothing. You're tuned to Cavalier Baseball on the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN-TV.
If you've been admiring the freshly groomed look of a baseball field, or the stunning appearance of a golf course, remember you too can have a lawn with the same beauty by simply calling Midwest Environmental Consultants. Their professional lawn care experts can bring your lawn to its full beauty and appearance. Call Midwest Environmental Consultants at 715-586-1302. Let Midwest Environmental Consultants help make your lawn the showplace of the neighborhood.
And we're back here at Grudem Field as Dan is off on a mission. A very important one, too, I might add. He's going to get us those hot dogs that we notice people eating. I mean, we do have to sample the dogs at every ballpark we go to. This is a given. You can't do baseball without doing the dogs. I'm looking at Ann, and she's giving me a look, and she's agreeing.
Well, last year they were pretty good here last year.
Yes, they were. She's saying they were pretty good here last year, and they absolutely were. So hopefully they're just as good. We head to the top of the 5th inning. Due up for the Cavaliers, Jackson Faulkner, Austin Getch, and Jaden Nix. Faulkner grounded back to the pitcher his first time up. Jackson Faulkner, a Mondovi product. Here's the pitch. Called strike, a breaking ball. Caught the inside corner. Will Jacobson into the windup and the pitch. Ground shot over to third, picked up by Kayeski, throw over to first, and they made the tag for the put out. So Faulkner grounds out. The throw pulled the first baseman off the bag just a little bit, and Faulkner tried to avoid the tag, but Tolman got him. So Austin Getch coming up. He struck out his first time up and kind of poked a half-hearted swing at that one for strike 1. Here's the wind and the pitch. A little bit low. One ball, one strike to Austin Getch. Two balls and a strike now. And we have a foul ball, so the count evens up at 2-2. Oh, Dan, these look like good dogs. Foul ball down the third base line. These are very good dogs here in Jim Falls. They have a little bit different spice combination in them, and they're pretty tasty. Here's the wind and the pitch. High for a ball. I think the umpire just said the count went full. Here's the pitch. That's low for ball 4, so I guess he did say that. And Austin Getch takes a free pass down to first. It's going to bring up Jaden Nix. Nix went down looking his first time up. Nix shows bunt. Pitch was high for ball one. Another high pitch. Ball two. Getch taking a pretty big lead over at first. Ball three. And snap throw down to first, but Getch gets back in. That's hard to say.
Yeah.
I tell you, Dan, sometimes it's easier than it looks. Or harder than it looks. The whole thing's getting more difficult. I think I'm getting waterlogged. I think that's what it is.
We just need more hot dogs.
That's probably it. Yeah, these are good dogs, Dan. Nick steps back in the box. Getch takes his lead. Here's the pitch. Ground ball scooped up by Kayeski. Throw over to first in time, but it's Getch moves over to second. That takes us to the top of the order, and Josh Garcia. Garcia singled his last time up, eventually scored. The only run of the game so far. Pitch is outside for a ball. And a bluff throw to second by Jacobson. Getch gets back without any too much difficulty. Pitch is outside. 2 balls, no strikes. Garcia, the left-handed hitter. So Krummenauer, the shortstop, is doing what he can to hold Getch at second. Jacobson's pitch, it's high for ball 3. .30 pitch is high for ball 4. So Josh Garcia takes a free pass. And the Cavaliers have runners at first and second with 2 down. And Smith heads out to the mound to talk to Jacobson. And the Sturgeons are kind of having the same difficulty the Cavaliers are having, that the rosters are pretty thin right now until the collegiate players get done playing at the end of the month. We're in the top of the 5th inning. Cavaliers on top. Pitch is low and inside for a ball. Getch takes a lead. And the pitch. Ground ball over to third, and they make the tag on Getch. So Killian actually gets credit for fielder's choice, and the putout happens to Getch over at third base with a 5 unassisted. So, we've played 4 1/2. Cavaliers pick up no runs on no hits, No errors, and 2 were left on base. So, after 4.5, it's Cavaliers 1, Sturgeons nothing. You're tuned to Cavalier Baseball on the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN-TV.
Mom's Restaurant and Pub in Colfax has just what you need when you have that craving for a home-cooked meal the way Mom used to make it. Mom's is open from 7 a.m. to 3 p.m. daily and until 9 on Fridays with a complete breakfast menu. Lunch includes sandwiches, salads, wraps, and burgers, along with Mom's comfort food favorites, and don't forget dinner on Fridays with Mom's famous fish fry. The coffee always hot, the breakfast always delicious, and lunch puts a smile on your face. 225 Bremer Avenue, Colfax. Call 715-962-4617. That's Mom's Restaurant and Pub in Colfax.
And we're back here, and we're all pleasantly satisfied after those hot dogs happened. Thank you to Dan for running and getting those for us. Although, Dan, we can't do a ball game without sampling the dogs at the ballpark.
I think I gained a few pounds at the end of the season.
Last year?
Uh-huh. Just a little winter weight.
And we did the same during the basketball season. And there were some that were really good. And there were some schools that didn't have hot dogs at all.
They're trying
including the school that we were covering.
They're trying to keep me thin.
All right, that was awfully decent of them. All right, leading off the bottom of the 5th inning for the Sturgeons is the catcher, Cole Smith. He popped to second his first time up. He squares to bunt. He fouled it. Looking for a bunt single. These teams are looking to maybe play a little bit of small ball. There's the pitch. Called strike at the knees. Lucas Costley into his 5th inning of work. Here's the 0-2 pitch. It's a little low for a ball. Now it's ball 2. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Nobody down. Bottom of the 5th. Nobody on. Costley into his motion. Swing and a miss for strike 3. Seventh strikeout for Lucas Costley. Brings up Raven Kieski, the third baseman, who's been playing the hot corner. He's made an awful lot of plays defensively. Went down looking his first time up. The umpire says that pitch was a little bit high for a ball. Here's the wind and the pitch. Inside. Ball 2. Here's the 2-0 pitch. That's a called strike over the inside corner. When Costley gets in trouble, he just rears back and brings that fastball. 2-1 pitch, swing and a miss, strike 2, fastball again. Well, you can hear a difference in the way it pops Cole Timon's mitt. Here's the wind and the pitch. It's high and away. Count goes full. Costley at the belt and the pitch. Ground ball to third. Scoop there by Faulkner. Throw over to first, and they got him. Oh, they saying no, he's safe. They're saying he's safe. They're saying Faulkner pulled his foot. And Faulkner's saying no, because it sure looked from this angle as if he reached back with his toe and tapped the bag. But the umpire said no. It's got to be an error on the throw when you have that happen. So that puts Kieski, Raven Kieski, on first, and we're back to the top of the order. Ryan Krummenauer, 1 for 2. He doubled and struck out. Swing and a miss for strike one. Went after the high fastball. Here's the pitch. 1 ball, 1 strike. Costley at the belt, peeks at first. Ground ball over to shortstop. Flip to second for 1. Throw to first. They say it didn't get there in time, so Krummenauer gets on a fielder's choice. But Kieski goes out 6-4 on the putout. That brings up Austin Sikora with 2 down. Sikora is 1 for 1. He singled his last time up to right field. He also walked his first time to the plate. There's the pitch. Called strike. Costley looks over at first. Throw over there and back in plenty of time is Krummenauer. Sikora steps back in the box. Costley's pitch is outside for a ball. Costley at the belt. Krummenauer takes off. Pitch is called strike, and it gets through into center field, so in safely is going to be Krummenauer. I believe they called a strike on the pitch. Krummenauer on second. 2 down. And a soft liner to short. Throw over to first, and it pulls him off the bag. And in to score is going to be Krummenauer. Going to be an error on the shortstop on the throw because it pulled the first baseman well off the bag. And that's going to bring up Tristan Hobley. And we have time called. Hobley tries to smooth out the mud a little bit in the batter's box. It is getting a little soft down there. Swing and a miss for strike one. So we're all even at 1-1. The bottom of the 5th inning. Here's the pitch. It's low, or called strike. No balls, 2 strikes. The 0-2 pitch. Fouled. Off the right side into the screen. Costley at the belt. And the pitch. Fly ball out into center fielder. Bowler under it, and he makes the catch for the 3rd out. So, for the Sturgeons, 1 run, no hits, 2 Cavalier errors, and 1 left on base. We've completed 5, and we're all even at 1 from Grudem Field. You're tuned to Cavalier Baseball on the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN-TV.
For over 1/3 of its history, Eau Claire has been able to count on the Eau Claire Cavaliers for high-quality baseball excitement. Come be a part of Eau Claire's legacy with your hometown Eau Claire Cavaliers. Home games are at historic Carson Park. To plan your day of affordable family fun, check out the Cavaliers on Facebook. Or go to the Cavalier website at www.eauclaircavaliers.org.
And we're back here at Grudem Field. All even at 1 each after 5 innings. Due up for the Cavaliers in the top of the 6th. We have Mitch Voller, Connor O'Reilly, and Tucker Spregia. Something like that. Sorry again, Tucker. So, stepping up is Mitch Voller. And the first pitch is high and away for a ball. Here's the wind and the pitch. Ground ball over to third. Picked up. Throw over to first in time. Again, that's Raven Kayeski, and he has made, well, let's see here. I see 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 putouts over there at third. It brings up Connor O'Reilly. O'Reilly singled his last time up. Also drew a walk back in the 2nd inning. Here's the pitch. Little low for a ball. Cavaliers in their traveling blue. Pitch is a called strike over the inside corner. Red numbers outlined in white. White pants with the blue pinstripe down the side. Pitch is a called strike again over the inside corner. 2-2 to Connor O'Reilly. Here's the pitch. Fly ball out into right field. Coming in is Wyatt Kayeski. He makes the catch. 2 down. And Tucker Spregia. He's 0 for 2. Struck out and flew out to center field. Here's the wind and the pitch. Called strike at the letters. Curveball. Jacobson into his motion and the pitch. Outside for a ball. Here's the wind and the 1-1 pitch fouled into the dirt. 1 ball, 2 strikes. 2 down. We're in the top of the 6th inning. All tied up at 1. Will Jacobson into the wind and the pitch. Called strike 3. And Spragia goes down looking. So for the Cavaliers, no runs, no hits, no errors, nobody left on base. We're all tied at 1. Cavaliers and the Sturgeons on the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN-TV.
Ready for a better way to bank? Switch to Royal Credit Union. Royal Credit Union is a financial co-op, not a corporation, so we return earnings to our members. That means you get low or no fees for account services and better rates on deposits and loans. You'll also have all the digital tools you need at your fingertips, so managing your account is easy. Royal is ready to help you discover the credit union difference. Switch to Royal Credit Union today at rcu.org/difference. Insured by NCUA.
Back here at Grudem Field, Rick Olson along with Dan Petchow and Monroe on the computer. Cassie Johnson up getting the footage for us. Jeremy's up there too, learning how to do it. They were dumping some water off the awning covering them and came tumbling down. We have a new pitcher on the mound for the Cavaliers, Jackson Faulkner. Austin Getch over at first. And let's see what we've got going on out here. Who's playing third? I don't know. Third base. Which is exactly what I'm looking for. Of course, he won't turn this way so we can read his number. That might be Spragia.
10.
Oh, no, Spragia's at first. That's an 8 over there. It's 18 out there. So it's Austin Getch at third. And Spragia is at first base, and Faulkner on the mound. So the numbers for Lucas Costley. He threw 5 innings. And he gave up 1 run, which was not earned. And he gave up first pitch is a ball. He only gave up 3 hits. Here's the wind by Faulkner, and the next pitch is inside for a ball. So the totals for Costly as Faulkner's into his motion and the pitch. And that missed for ball 4. So Costly's numbers, 5 innings pitched, gave up a run, it was not earned, 3 hits, struck out 7 and walked 3. Actually a pretty decent day's performance for Lucas Costly. Jackson Faulkner facing Tonen. Or Toman?
Toman.
Yeah, it's Toman. Toman's 1 for 2. He singled his last time up. There's a called strike. Maurer on first. High pop-up, fair ball. It falls in for a base hit. Tolman drops one into no man's land just down the right field line for a base hit and moves Maurer over to second base. Brings up A.J. Schemenauer. Schemenauer walked his first time up, struck out his last time up. Schemenauer waiting to step in. Now he does. Faulkner peeks over at second. Schemenauer squares to bunt. Takes it for a ball. Getch coming in on the third baseline, then covering third is Killian. When they show the bunt. And the pitch misses for a ball. 2 balls, no strikes. To A.J. Schemenauer. Jackson Faulkner having a little bit of trouble finding the plate. Here's the pitch. Swung on and fouled back into the screen. Getch was quite a ways in on the grass that time, and Schemenauer took one of those, this is not a bunt swings. 2 balls and a strike. Faulkner looks over at second. And we have time called. Schemenauer wanted time. Faulkner was taking a lot of time looking out there at second. Here's the pitch. It's a little bit high. 3 balls and a strike. Jackson Faulkner with a 3-1 pitch, is swung on a miss, strike 2. Nobody out. Runners at first and second. Count is full. Faulkner at the belt, the payoff pitch. Called, strike 3. So A.J. Schemenauer goes down looking. Brings up Jake Esslinger. Esslinger flew out to center and then got on via an error by the shortstop. By Killian. Here's the pitch, fouled back. Faulkner fires just a bit high. Esslinger had to bail out of the way. 1 ball, 1 strike. Jackson Faulkner from Mondovi on the mound. Here's the pitch. Inside, ball 2. And the pitch. Fly ball out into left field. And it got beyond O'Reilly. Ball comes in, and so does the runner.
We got it.
And the ball got loose, so a runner advanced. Ball got loose in the infield. So, in to score was Maurer. Esslinger gets credit for a single to left field. And going over to third base is Justin Toman. That puts the Sturgeons on top of the Cavs, 2-1. In the bottom of the 6th inning. 1 out. Runners on the corners. There's the pitch. It's called strike. Faulkner at the belt. And the pitch. And it's a strike called. Throw it on to second. And Killian can't hang on to it. And in to score comes Justin Toman. Charge Toman on with a, or charge Killian with an error, allowing Toman to score. Wyatt Kieski at the plate, and there's 2 strikes on him. Esslinger at second. He does get credit for the stolen base. Pitch just missed. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Faulkner bluffs a throw over to second. Here's the pitch. Called strike. And he went down looking. So 2 down. Brings up catcher Cole Smith. Smith popped to second and struck out. First pitch is low for a ball. Jake Esslinger out on second. Takes a lead. Here's the pitch. Called strike. 1 ball, 1 strike. And here's the pitch. Missed over the inside corner, just a bit inside. 2 balls and a strike. 2 down. 2 runners in for the Sturgeons. Here's the pitch. That's low and inside. Ball 3. Three balls, 1 strike. Cole Smith. Here's the pitch. And a called strike. Count goes full. Here's the pitch. Swung on and missed. Strike 3. So for the Sturgeons in the bottom of the 6th, 2 runs on 2 hits. There was a Cavalier error and 1 left on base. We've completed 6, and it's the Sturgeons 3, Cavaliers 1. You're tuned to Cavalier Baseball on the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN-TV.
I love the pizza we get when we go to Gino's Pizza.
That's because Gino's has been voted best pizza in the Chippewa Valley 5 years in a row.
I think it's because Gino's uses the freshest ingredients, premium quality meats, cheeses, savory spices, and zesty toppings, and all served with attention to detail.
Now you're making me hungry. Let's head to Gino's Pizza.
Scott and the rest of the folks at Gino's Pizza would like to invite you to come out and try the area's best pizza. Call about Monday through Wednesday dine-in specials at 715-835-2000. That's Gino's Pizza at 5110 Fairview Drive, Eau Claire, right next to Chaos Water Park.
And I want to say hi to all the good folks out at Gino's Pizza. Scott and the crew out there. Tell you what, we've been out there a couple times for some of that pizza, and it sure is mighty good. On a chilly day like this, little bit of pizza would be good. So we're headed to the top of the 7th. Cavaliers trailing 3-1. Cole Timon to lead things off for the Cavs. Faulkner and Getch should follow him. Here's the windup and the pitch by Jacobson. High pop-up, shortstop drops back and makes the catch. Krummenauer making the catch for the first out of the inning. That's going to bring up Jackson Faulkner. Faulkner's 0 for 2. He's grounded out twice, once to the pitcher, once to the third baseman. And curveball misses for ball 1. Jacobson into the wind and the pitch. It's high for ball 2. And the pitch is in the dirt. Ball 3. Cavs need base runners. So my guess is Jackson Faulkner's not swinging at this. Here's a 3-0 pitch. It's in the dirt for ball 4. So Faulkner draws the free pass.
Let's see if we get a pitch and change.
Nope. Brings up Austin Getch. Getch struck out and walked in his 2 appearances. Here's the pitch. Chopped foul down the third base line. Jaden Nix on deck. Pitch is high for a ball. 1 ball, 1 strike. Here's the pitch. Soft fly ball out into center field. Is going to fall in for a base hit. And that's going to move Faulkner over to second. Getch checks in at first, and Jaden Nix comes up. Nix struck out and grounded to third. And his 2 trips up. Tying run on first. So we're in the top of the 7th. 1 out. Jacobson at the belt. And the pitch, it's high for a ball. Almost appears as if Jacobson's getting a little tired. Here's the pitch. Ground ball over to third. Scooped up and mishandled, and everybody's going to be safe. I don't think they'd have got him anyway. We're going to say that's going to be a base hit. So we have Faulkner at third, Getch at second, Nix at first, and back to the top of the order with Josh Garcia. Garcia's 1 for 2, singled and scored a run. He also struck out looking and walked, and we have a bit of a conference at the mound. That breaks up. I think they wanted to talk a little bit about how they were going to set up defensively. Tying run in scoring position with 1 out. Good solid base hit. Might score 2 runs. Garcia, left-handed hitter, coming up. Jacobson's wind and the pitch. He missed. Ball 1. Here's the wind, the 1-0 pitch. Swing and a miss. High fastball. You've heard me say it many times before. Those look like watermelons when they're coming in. How can you miss that ball? You do more often than you don't. Here's the 1-1 pitch. Ground ball foul down the first baseline. Right under the glove of Toman. Toman had this look on his face like, how did I let that happen? There's the pitch. Fly ball, shallow center field. It falls in for a base hit. In to score. And they tried to make play at second. Not in time. And so we're going to get a base hit. Bases loaded. In to score is Faulkner. And we have Getch on third, Nix on second, Garcia on first. Chris Killian is up. Killian's 0 for 3. Flew out to center, grounded to third, and grounded into a fielder's choice. Here's the wind and the pitch. Inside for a ball. Tying run on third now with only 1 out. Here's a chopper foul down the third baseline. Good opportunity here for Killian to make up for a rough day in the field. Here's the wind and the pitch. Line shot out into left center field. That's going to score 2. And the Cavaliers take the lead. Chris Killian comes through with a single to center, scoring Getch and Nix. And we're going to get a pitching change. So while we do that, we're going to take a bit of a timeout. Cavaliers 4 and the Sturgeons 3. You're tuned to Cavalier Baseball on the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN-TV.
I don't remember how it started.
6 1/3.
Our back and forth. It always came back.
At least 2.
Dad! You probably don't remember what you told me.
That was perfect.
But I heard every word.
Jason, let's go see your room.
How is it? Is it good?
My Shiro doesn't always wear a cape, but she always has time for a hug, a smile, for going the extra mile. My Shiro stretches every dollar, puts in long hours, puts others first. But now it's your time, Mom. When you're ready to retire, we want you to be able to enjoy it. It's time to start saving now. A free 3-minute online chat can give you the personalized tips you need to start boosting your retirement savings today. Visit aceyourretirement.org.
And we're back here at Grudem Field. New pitcher for the Sturgeons is Dylan Waters. And stepping up to the plate for the Cavaliers, Mitch Voller, who follows the first pitch back. The numbers for Jacobson, he pitched 6 1/3, gave up 4 runs. All 4 were earned. 7 hits, 6 strikeouts, and walked 4. Mitch Voller is 1 for 3 today. Here's the pitch. Fouled right up into that overhang, and it came rocketing right back down. Just missed Smith behind the plate. Here's the wind and the pitch. That one missed. One ball, 2 strikes. 2 on for the Cavs. Swing and a miss for strike 3. It's 2 down. Going to bring up Connor O'Reilly. He's 1 for 2. Singled earlier, then flew out to right field. He's also walked once. Here's the pitch. Chopper down the third baseline. It scoots through. And they're going to round third, sending to home and scoring is Josh Garcia. I believe that's going to be marked an error on the third baseman. So that run actually gets charged. It's an unearned run, but it gets charged to Jacobson. Tucker Spragia is up. We have Killian at third, O'Reilly at first, 2 down. Cavs on top, 5-3. And a ground shot to short. And it gets through right through the 5-hole. Kremenauer let that one slide through, and that's going to allow Killian to score. And Sprague is on an error by the shortstop. So we have runners at first and second. That's also a run charged to Jacobson, but it's an unearned run. Here's the pitch. Long fly ball. Spraja hits it way out there to right field, stumbles out of the batter's box, and he's going to have to check into first base. That got all the way out to the fence. It cleared the bases, but Spraja is on first, and he's kind of laughing about it. He can't believe he stumbled, fell down, trying to get out of the batter's box.
Amen.
No, that was Spraja.
Isn't 18?
18.
18 just
I'm sorry,
came
you're
across
right. That was timing. That was timing. And he still couldn't believe that he stumbled like that coming out of the batter's box. That's right. Spraja got on an error to the shortstop.
Got to get those sea legs.
Well, and the thing is, he's used to coming out of that area around home plate because he's a catcher. All right, so we have Timon on first. As 2 runs came in to score. 7 runs for the Cavs this inning. Here's the wind and the pitch. Called strike. This is Faulkner. It's his second trip to the plate this inning. He walked and started the scoring. Here's the pitch. A little bit low. 3 balls and a strike. Here's the pitch. Swung on, fouled into the dirt. Off Smith's chest protector. Faulkner's also grounded out twice.
There goes the runner.
The runner goes down to, well, it was a 3-2 pitch, so it was traveling time. So Faulkner takes ball 4. That's his second walk of the inning. You don't walk twice in an inning very often. That brings up Austin Getch, who singled his first time up, scored a run. First time up this inning. He's also struck out and walked in earlier innings. Ground ball to third, and the third baseman, Kayeski, picks up the ball, steps on the bag for the putout. So that goes down as a fielder's choice for Austin Getch. But the Cavaliers bat 12 that inning. They pick up 7 runs on 5 hits. There were a couple of errors by the Sturgeons and 2 left on base. So, after 6.5, it's the Cavaliers 8 and the Sturgeons 3. You're tuned to Cavalier Baseball on the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN-TV.
When it comes to making plans, you are the best. What about those barbecues you plan in detail for your family? Or your daughter's first costume party? It was out of this world. The same way you plan each detail for those moments, start planning to protect you and your loved ones from a natural disaster. Sign up for local weather and emergency alerts. Prepare an emergency kit and make a family communications plan. Protecting your family is the best plan you can make.
And we're back here at Grudem Field. That was a long half inning for the Cavaliers at the plate. Jackson Faulkner on the mound. He's probably got a little loosening up to do after that long inning. His arm probably didn't get a whole lot of work, although he was busy out there running the bases. 7 runs scored by the Cavaliers. As they take an 8-3 lead. So we're heading to the bottom of the 7th. Due up for the Sturgeons is Raven Kayeski, then Ryan Krummenauer and Austin Sikora. Krajewski steps in. He's 0 for 2. Went down looking his first time up. Here's the first pitch, is low for a ball. And he also got on via an error. That would be back in the 5th inning. Here's the wind and the pitch. Strike called. The 1-1 pitch. Missed inside. 2 balls and a strike. Here's the wind and the 2-1 pitch. Called strike at the letters. Here's the wind and the pitch. Low and inside. Here's the wind up and the pitch. Fouled back. I think we have a full count. This is what happens when you don't have a scoreboard out there. We do. It's a full count. Faulkner in the windup and the payoff pitch. Inside for ball 4. Raven Kayeski draws a walk. Brings up Ryan Krummenauer. Krummenauer doubled, struck out, and grounded into a fielder's choice. You know, it's just damp enough. Kind of makes you chilly in here, Dan.
Yeah.
We should have brought one of those ice racing heaters with us.
Yeah, it's starting to cool off this afternoon.
Here's the pitch to Krummenauer. Fly ball out into right field. Nix moves over, falls down in front of him. Throwing to second base. Oh, and they can't make the put out at second. Throws a little off the target. They had a chance there. The ball fell in, and then Nix picked it up and fired to second because Kayeski had to hold up because he didn't know for sure if it was going to be caught. So it's a single for Krummenauer. Kayeski shows up at second base and brings up Austin Sikora. Sikora walked, singled, and got on an error. Pitches a ball. And the second pitch is also a ball. Looks like we have a little weather coming towards us rain-wise. We're in a gap still of not rainy weather. Here's the pitch. That's a called strike. Two balls and a strike. Two runners on. Faulkner takes a look over at second, and the pitch fouled. Fouled right down into the dirt by Socorro. Kayeski on second. Krimenauer on first. Cavs up by 5. Here's the wind on the pitch. Fly ball down the left field line, foul. So Faulkner back on the rubber. Looks in for the sign from Timon. Shakes it off. Now takes a look over at second. And the pitch in the dirt. Three balls, 2 strikes. Nobody out. Faulkner at the belt. And the payoff pitch. Check swing. He did not go. Ball 4. That loads the bases. Tristan Hobley, and we're going to get a conversation at the mound here. Pete Martingale makes his inaugural stroll to the mound for the Cavaliers. And they're having a little bit of a defensive discussion here. Cavaliers have a pretty short bench. And we'll see if he makes any kind of decision here or not. Umpire goes out to get things moving along. Are we going to get a pitching change?
Yeah, who else do we have?
Well, it looks like Chris Killian is going to the mound. And while he warms up, we'll take this time out. You're tuned to Cavalier Baseball on the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN-TV.
Last week, Brandon met a girl on a dating app. One day after work, he finally found the courage to ask her out. No answer. He started to panic. Was he being too pushy? Maybe it was too...
Hey, sorry I didn't respond. I was driving. I would love to go on a date. How does tonight sound?
Brandon tried to play it cool, but inside he knew. A girl so smart, so responsible. She must be a keeper.
The central and midwestern U.S. averages more than 850 tornadoes each year, and lately, the number of floods has been rising in the region too. So chances are, there will be more twisters and floods near here again. And between school, sports, and social lives, chances are, you won't be with your kids when it happens. Will they know what to do? Ready.gov/kids has all the educational tools and information to make the conversation easy. When the time comes, chances are, they'll feel prepared, not scared. So talk with your family today.
So, Chris Killian now on the mound for the Cavs. And a fly ball out into center field. It's over the head of Voller. And we've got 1 run in, 2 runs coming in, and the ball comes into the infield. So, base hit by Tristan Hobley. He hit the double to center field, scored Raven Kayeski and Ryan Krummenauer. And narrows the gap to 3 runs and brings up Bob Maurer. He walked and scored his last time up. He's also popped back to the pitcher and struck out. Killian's pitch is a little bit low. Here's the wind and the pitch. Inside for a ball. And a called strike. And a fly ball out into left field. That's going to go all the way out to the fence. 1 run comes in. Here comes another one into the plate. So what looked like a good lead for the Cavaliers is now down to 1 run. As Bob Maurer doubles to left field, it's going to bring up Justin Toman. Toman singled and scored. He also singled to center field and flew out to right. So he's 2 for 3. And a foul tip back into the screen. And numbers are in for Faulkner. 1+ inning. Gave up 4 runs. 3 of them were earned. Gave up 3 hits, 3 strikeouts, and 3 walks. He's also, well, he's no longer responsible for anybody out there. Ball gets fouled back into the screen. One ball, 2 strikes to Toman. Maurer at second. And the pitch. Check swing. And the base umpire says no, he did not go. Killian looks in for the sign. Takes a look at second. And the pitch. Curveball grounded over to third. Throw over to first. It's high and back over to the fence. Here comes a tying run into the plate. No, now they're going to get him in a run down. Throw to the plate, and they make the put out at the plate. So Maurer is put out at home. And Toman gets on an error by the third baseman with a high throw to first. He threw it all the way into the cheap seats practically. Brings up A.J. Schemenauer. Cavaliers are still ahead by a run. They saved that tying run from scoring. Here's the pitch. Called strike. There's one out. Here's the pitch in the dirt. Stopped by Timon. Killian looks in for the sign. Here's the pitch. It's a curveball. It didn't break. That one kind of took off on him a little bit high. 2 balls and a strikes. 1 out. Runner at second. That's the tying run. That one missed a little bit high. 3-1. Killian at the belt and the pitch. Swing and a miss. Count is full. To A.J. Schemenauer. Schemenauer struck out twice, walked once. Killian at the belt. And the pitch. Foul back into the screen. Count remains. Schemenauer did a nice job of fouling that one off. And the payoff pitch. And it's inside. Ball 4. A.J. Schemenauer draws the walk. Brings up Jake Esslinger. Esslinger is 1 for 3. He singled to the left his last time up. He's also got on an error and flew out to center. Pitch is in the dirt.
No, it's not Thunder. It's Cassie.
Yeah, it's Cassie up there. She's joining the roof. Killian's pitch. Pop foul. Two balls, 1 strike, 2 on, 1 out. Cavs up by 1. Here's the pitch. In the dirt, ball 3. Jake Esslinger at the plate. Chris Killian on the mound. He takes a look over to second. And the pitch, it's high. 3 balls and a strike. Killian's pitch. That one's in the dirt, gets away from Timon. The runners all advance 1 base on the base on balls. So the bases are loaded. 1 out. Tying run at third. Brings up Wyatt Kayeski. He walked and has struck out twice. Killian into the wind and the pitch. And they say it got him. It got Kayeski, and that'll score the tying run. Justin Tolman comes in to score, and it brings up Cole Smith. And we're tied at 8. Chris Killian struggling on the mound. Here's the wind and the pitch. Ground ball. Killian knocks it down. Throw to the plate. They got the out at the plate, the force out. And so Smith grounds into the fielder's choice. And Schemenauer is down pitcher to catcher. Esslinger moves over to third. Kieski at second. And Smith is at first. Brings up Raven Kieski. Struck out, got on an error, and walked. He scored a run following that walk. First pitch is inside for a ball. Base is still loaded. 2 down now. Pitch is low for a ball. Here's the wind and the pitch. Called strike. Two balls and one strike. Chris Killian trying to get out of this inning. Here's the pitch. Foul down the left field line. Here's the wind on the 2-2 pitch. In the dirt. It'll be traveling time. Runners are going to take off on the pitch. Two down. 3 balls, 2 strikes. Bases loaded. Runners take off. Here's the pitch. In the dirt, ball 4. That brings Esslinger into score. And it brings to the plate Ryan Kremenauer. Earlier this inning, he singled and scored. Pitch is low. Sturgeons on top, 9-8. Here's the wind and the pitch. And it's a called strike. 1 ball, 1 strike. Two down. Here's the pitch. Ground ball over to second. Scoop, throw to first, and they're out of the inning. But for the Sturgeons, they picked up 6 runs on 1, 2, 3 hits. 1 Cavalier error and 3 left on base. So we've completed 7, and it's the Sturgeons 9, Cavaliers 8. You're tuned to Cavalier Baseball on the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN-TV.
Let NLWN-TV and the Northern Light Webcasting Network take you out to the ball game. Our next game will be on Sunday, May 8th, when the Cavaliers travel to Strum, Wisconsin to take on the Beef River Bullfrogs at Stromberg Field. Live coverage on the Northern Light Webcasting Network audio service and on NLWN-TV begins with the In the Dugout show at 12:05 p.m. That's live Cavalier baseball on Sunday, May 8th on the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN-TV.
And this game was originally scheduled for 9 innings, but they've called it after 7. I think a couple of reasons. I think they ran out of baseballs that were clean enough to use. And they got weather coming in. So the Cavaliers take one on the chin for their season opener by a score of 9-8. After they worked really hard to open up a big lead. So we have winning pitcher is Dylan Waters, and the losing pitcher is Chris Killian. We'll be back with Talking Baseball right after this timeout. You're tuned to Cavalier Baseball on the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN-TV.
You've been watching NLWN-TV's presentation of Eau Claire Cavalier Baseball live on the Northern Light Webcasting Network. Stay tuned. Coming up next is Talkin' Baseball, with a look back at today's game.
The Eau Claire Cavaliers would like to take veterans out to the ball game. That's right. As a thank you for your service, any veteran of the United States military can receive a lifetime pass for free admission to all Cavalier home games. Just come to Carson Park with your veteran identification, and the Cavaliers will issue you a free lifetime pass to all Cavalier home games. That's just the Cavaliers' way of saying thank you for your service.
Time now for Talkin' Baseball with a wrap-up of today's Eau Claire Cavalier game. And now, back out to the ballpark.
Well, what a revolting situation that was. They changed the game from 9 innings to 7 innings without telling us. I think they ran out of baseballs that were clean enough to use. I know they were having a hard time finding it, and the field is getting a little wet out there as the rain has kind of continued all afternoon. But unfortunately for the Cavaliers, they gave up one too many runs in the bottom half of the 7th inning, and they ended up dropping the game 9-8. Dan, your thoughts?
Yeah, good performance by both teams. Both got a little thin in the pitching in the end. But bats came alive in the 6th, and just came up a little short for the Cavs.
Yeah, it did look like the Cavaliers had things going their way after the 6th, but yeah, they're checking some score things going on. But anyway, the Cavs worked really hard there in the 6th inning, finally get the bats going, and just couldn't hang on to the lead. This is what happens before the rest of the roster shows up. They've got good ball players, but they're not all pitchers, and all of a sudden it gets pretty hard to find the plate and find that strike zone, and that's what they ran into. And boy, if a guy had a tough game today, I'd have to give that award to Chris Killian. Things just did not go his way. Although he had a big hit in the 7th inning, he came through with a really big one. So I'm still looking to see if we're going to get Pete Bartingale up here. I'll tell you what, we're going to take a bit of a timeout, and then we'll come back with Pete Bartingale and see what he thinks about all of this right after this timeout. You're tuned to Cavalier Baseball on the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN-TV.
The Eau Claire Cavaliers would like to take veterans out to the ball game. That's right. As a thank you for your service, any veteran of the United States military can receive a lifetime pass for free admission to all Cavalier home games. Just come to Carson Park with your veteran identification, and the Cavaliers will issue you a free lifetime pass to all Cavalier home games. That's just the Cavaliers' way of saying thank you for your service.
And we're back here at Grudem Field. Cavaliers take the opener on the chin by the score of 9-8. And with us right now is Cavalier manager Pete Bartengale. And, well, all of a sudden it's a 7-inning game, not a 9.
Yeah, I thought I went to the mound there in the 7th inning, and I could tell Jackson Faulkner was saying the mound was bad. I looked at the umpire, said I think these conditions are too poor to go forward, but he said we're going to finish the inning. So, but Jackson, was struggling a little bit with his fastball. He said he couldn't get his fastball across, so he went to Christian, and they hit the ball well. You got to give Jim Falls a little credit. They hit the ball well today.
Yeah, and actually, you guys did a nice job of coming back in the game in the 6th inning, and all of a sudden you opened up a big lead, or I guess it was the top of the 7th. You guys opened up a big lead and just couldn't hang on to it.
No, I think, like I said, I thought they hit the ball a little better than I expected. A couple deep fly balls there that got over our head. We probably should have had our outfielders deeper. But we didn't really play great defense today. The ball was awful wet. It was tough on both teams. But, again, they hit the ball better than I thought they would. But we'll be ready for them next time.
Well, and if anybody could get an award for having the most rotten luck out in the field, I'd have to give it to Chris Killian. That guy, if something could go wrong out in the field, it happened to him today.
Yeah, he's a great player. He's a little rusty, I think, and keep in mind he's not playing any type of college baseball or club baseball, so he's been practicing a couple times with us, but you're right. He had a couple balls not bounce his way. But
and it seems like, if I'm not mistaken, shortstop is not his usual position, is it?
Well, I actually played shortstop for 3 years at Independence, but again, I think he's a little rusty today. But he may not be there when the college guys come back. He might be a corner, but again, the conditions are quite poor out there.
Right.
Yep.
And so, all things considered, hey, you got a game in, you got a game under your belt. It's in the right-hand column, not the left-hand column, but a lot of season left to make up for that.
That's what I told the guys. Don't let this beat us twice. And next Sunday we're in Strom, and we need to come, I think, a little more ready to go at the beginning of the game and go after it, because we don't want to go too down in the conference.
Sounds like a great thing to do on Mother's Day, to take Mom to the ball game down in Strom to see you guys take on those Beef River Bullfrogs and get back on the winning track.
Yeah, we might have a couple of Hamlin guys back. I think their season might be over Saturday, so
okay.
We might get a couple guys back for Sunday. But yeah, we need to focus on that game next week. We can't let this one beat us twice, but we'll be ready.
All right, well, thank you, Pete, for joining us, and we'll be back with more Talkin' Baseball right after this timeout. You're tuned to Talkin' Baseball on the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN-TV.
Meet the scan, a simple procedure whose mission is to detect lung cancer early.
I'm here to save you!
But I feel fine.
That's great, but you may still be at high risk for lung cancer.
Oh man, that's a new fence.
If you smoke, early detection could save your life. Learn more at savedbythescan.org.
Hey, Bobo, do trees tell each other stories?
I'm sorry. I'm afraid I don't know that.
Hey, why don't we go find out? Listen.
Do clouds take naps?
I couldn't tell you.
stars visit their friends?
Look!
Here. All right. Back here at Grudem Field as they're trying to doctor up the field as best they can. You can see there's some standing water out there. You look out there at shortstop, it's pretty greasy out there, and this is the reason we only played 7 innings, but we got an official game in, and it's taken care of. But unfortunately, it comes up on the wrong side of the column for the Cavaliers. Dan, your thoughts?
Yeah, for the Cavs. They started out a little slow, got it going about the 5th inning. Conditions weren't the greatest, couldn't pick up the ball, and but the bats came alive. I think the guys got it together, and we'll just move on to Sunday.
Yeah, next Sunday, hopefully the weather's in better shape, and the preliminary weather forecasts, the last I saw, looked pretty good, and I'll be honest with you, I don't know what they're supposed to be. Let me take a real brief look here. Pull up the 10-day.
Cavs will start getting some guys back.
Well, you know what? There's no way I can tell because I can't get a signal out of Jim Falls. So, which is why we're not doing this game live. We're doing it same-day coverage. So, that said, join us next week as we bring you the Cavaliers back in action on Mother's Day, Sunday, May 8th, as they travel down to Strum to take on the Beef River Bullfrogs in a single 9-inning game from Spangberg Field. Live coverage of this game on both the Northern Light Webcasting Network audio service and NLWN-TV will begin at 12:05 p.m. with In the Dugout, followed by all the play-by-play action. Remember, that game will be carried live. The next Cavalier home game will be on Sunday, May 15th. It's a home game, but it's not being played at Carson Park. They're taking on the Chippewa Falls Lumberjacks in a single 9-inning game from Cinder City Park in Altoona. Live coverage of this game on both the Northern Light Webcasting Network audio service and NLWN-TV will begin at 12:05 with the In the Dugout show. Also, the Eau Claire Cavaliers want to remind veterans of the United States military, you can get your own lifetime pass to all Cavalier home games simply by coming out to Carson Park with your veterans identification, and the Cavaliers will be really happy to issue you your lifetime pass. It's just the Cavaliers' way of saying thank you for your service. This reminder that today's Eau Claire Cavalier baseball game is brought to you by Gino's Pizza, right next to Action City, and voted best pizza in the Chippewa Valley 5 years in a row. Midwest Environmental Consultants, lawn care and soil testing experts for the Chippewa Valley. Mom's Restaurant and Pub in Colfax, comfort food the way Mom used to make it. Muldoon's Menswear on Hastings Way, where the well-dressed men of Eau Claire shop. And Royal Credit Union, where they're different in a good way. Be sure to thank these fine sponsors for bringing you Eau Claire Cavalier Baseball on the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN-TV. For Dan Petschow, Ann Monroe, Cassie Johnson, this is Rick Olson. Final score once again, the Jim Falls Sturgeons 9, Cavaliers 8. You're tuned to Talkin' Baseball on the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN-TV.
You've been watching Talkin' Baseball, a wrap-up of today's Eau Claire Cavalier game. This has been a production of NLWN-TV.